Let's dive into the saga of Tiffany Henyard, the self-proclaimed super mayor who's now watching her political empire crumble in real time. If you've been keeping up with this drama, you know it's a whirlwind of political infighting, public outrage, and, of course, Tiffany's trademark flair for the dramatic. She's not just a politician. She's a headline on two legs. But after failing to secure re-election as Thornton Township supervisor, it seems like she's finally losing her hold on power. This whole story feels like it could be ripped straight from a Netflix series, so grab your popcorn, because it's juicy. Here's the setup. Tiffany Henyard, who somehow managed to juggle two top political roles, mayor of Dolton and supervisor of Thornton Township, was fighting to keep her supervisor seat. But things didn't go her way, all thanks to a chaotic Democratic caucus that left her absolutely fuming.
Because they can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls. But now when I bring the people out, you don't let them in?
The damn subjects, we are your bosses. We are the citizens of Dolton. And you will not continue to...
Let's just say Tiffany didn't take it well. Picture this, a crowded room full of her political rivals erupting into applause as she stormed out, furious, shouting illegal at anyone within earshot. To top it all off, the crowd serenaded her with a loud, "Nah, hey, hey, kiss him goodbye." Talk about a dramatic exit. So, why exactly was she booted off the ballot? It all boils down to the rules of the caucus, a process Thornton Township hadn't used in 30 years, by the way. To qualify, candidates needed a full slate of 8 people to fill positions like township supervisor, highway director, clerk, assessor, and 4 trustees. Unfortunately for Tiffany, she didn't have a certified assessor on her team, which made her slate invalid. Without a complete team, she was out. And who swooped in to take her place? State Senator Napoleon Harris, who also just so happens to be the Democratic committeeman for Thornton Township. He not only set the rules for the caucus, but also secured his position as the Democratic nominee for supervisor. A power move? Absolutely. But Tiffany's camp is calling it unfair, possibly even illegal.
I mean, it always has been in the history of Thornton Township. Always, 10,000 residents come and vote for.
Tiffany, ever the drama queen, wasn't about to let this slide quietly. She accused Napoleon Harris of orchestrating an unfair process, claiming that her supporters, many of whom she had bussed in using township resources, were locked out of the caucus. According to her, this was nothing short of blatant voter suppression. She didn't hold back, dramatically declaring, "I will be suing everyone tomorrow. This is illegal." But here's the kicker. The buses she arranged for her supporters reportedly arrived late, leaving many of them stuck outside in the cold while the caucus went on without them. You really can't make this stuff up.
Of people that's puppet masters trying to control.
Now let's talk about the caucus itself. It was a whirlwind, lasting just 7 minutes, packed with political maneuvering. Harris's team was pre-registered and seated comfortably, while Tiffany's supporters were left scrambling to get inside. By the time the vote was over, it was clear who had the upper hand. Harris and his slate were officially nominated. This left Tiffany with only one option if she wanted to keep her supervisor position: run as a write-in candidate. But let's be real, how often do write-in campaigns actually succeed? The odds are definitely not in her favor.
The right way. Illegal.
For many, this feels like karma finally catching up to Tiffany. Her time as both mayor and supervisor has been marred by controversy. From lavish spending to questionable leadership decisions, she's faced criticism from all sides. Accusations have ranged from misusing taxpayer funds for luxury trips and meals to even hiring a personal stylist. One report revealed she spent over $443,000 and on Amazon in a single day. Yes, you read that right, $443,000 and in just one day. Then there's her cancer charity, which was shut down for failing to disclose how it spent its funds. And if that wasn't enough, the FBI has reportedly been investigating her administration for months, probing everything from financial misconduct to allegations of abuse of power.
In at the proper time. We had a caucus. We had a caucus and the people voted for us slated candidates.
Her critics are celebrating her fall from grace, with many saying it's long overdue. One comment from a supporter summed it up perfectly. Great coverage, supporters were bussed in, but the bus was late. When Tiffany's reaction was to claim it was like she won a lottery, responsibility was nowhere to be seen, she proved it, ouch. Another commenter asked, I keep missing the reason she's not brought up on charges, and honestly, it's a valid question. With everything that's come out about her, it's surprising she hasn't faced more serious legal consequences yet. Tiffany's leadership style has always been polarizing. While her supporters praise her boldness and unflinching confidence, others see her as arrogant and divisive. Her public outbursts, like the infamous village board meeting where she declared, "Like it or not, I am your mayor," have only fueled the perception that she thrives on conflict. In fact, some residents have compared her behavior to reality TV villains, entertaining but ultimately destructive. This combative attitude may have alienated her from key political allies, making her loss at the caucus even more inevitable.
You don't get the Democratic Party's nomination.
What do you mean? I will be victorious tonight. You will see. My people are here.
Adding to Henyard's list of challenges is the ongoing scrutiny of her financial decisions. Critics have pointed out that her lavish spending habits stand in stark contrast to the financial struggles of Dolton's residents, who have a median income of just $24,000 per year. The infamous $443,000 and spent on Amazon in a single day has become a symbol of her administration's excess, leaving many to question what those purchases were actually for. Even her proposal of a 100% property tax refund for residents has been met with skepticism, with some calling it a desperate attempt to buy loyalty ahead of her re-election bid. But the controversies surrounding Henyard aren't limited to her finances. Her leadership has also been plagued by accusations of political retaliation, with local business owners claiming they were targeted for not backing her initiatives. One bar owner even alleged that their establishment was raided by police shortly after they refused to sponsor one of her events. These accusations suggest a leader willing to use her authority to settle personal vendettas, further eroding public trust in her ability to govern fairly. Despite everything, Henyard's remaining supporters are standing firm, claiming that her boldness is what makes her a trailblazer. She's not afraid to fight for what she believes in, even if everyone's against her, said one loyal backer. However, for many others, her defiance feels more like denial. With investigations still looming and her political influence waning, the real question is, how long can she keep fighting before the house of cards collapses entirely? But Tiffany isn't going down without a fight. She's already planning legal action to challenge the caucus results, claiming the process was rigged. She's also banking on her name recognition to pull her through in a write-in campaign. One of her allies confidently stated, "I think enough people know her name to write her in, and I believe we can still win." Confidence aside, let's not forget the uphill battle she's facing. Running as a write-in candidate is notoriously difficult, especially against someone like Harris, who now has the full backing of the Democratic Party. Meanwhile, her role as mayor of Dolton isn't looking stable either. Her time in office has been marred by public feuds with trustees, financial scandals, and allegations of political retaliation. At a recent village board meeting, many residents turned their backs on her while she spoke, a clear sign of growing frustration with her leadership. It's not just the residents who are fed up. Henyard's handpicked police chief was recently removed after a judge ruled he was unqualified for the position. The Dolton Police Department has been without stable leadership for most of the year, and officer morale is reportedly at an all-time low. Trustee Jason House, who's also running for mayor, didn't hold back when he commented, "It's a challenge, but they are hanging in there. We're trying to give them all the support they need during this difficult time." Let's not overlook the financial chaos she's left behind. Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, who was brought in to investigate Dolton's finances, revealed that the village's general fund balance plummeted from a surplus of over $5 million in 2022 to a deficit of nearly $4 million by 2024. Lightfoot's preliminary report also pointed to Henyard's use of a village credit card for personal expenses, including purchases at Target, Walgreens, and Wayfair. With such revelations, it's no surprise residents have been demanding her removal, even dubbing her the worst mayor in America. Then there's the drama surrounding her personal life. Henyard is reportedly facing eviction from her rented home after failing to pay rent for several months. Her landlord claims she and her boyfriend haven't made payments since August and even changed the locks to keep the landlord out. Combined with her political troubles, this paints a picture of a leader completely disconnected from reality. So, what's next for Tiffany Henyard? Will she manage to stage a comeback with a write-in campaign, or is this the beginning of the end for her political career? And what about the ongoing investigations into her administration? Could they spell even more trouble down the line? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. What do you think? Can Tiffany Henyard bounce back from this, or is her political career officially over? And was the caucus truly unfair, or is this just another example of her refusing to take responsibility for her actions? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this unfolding drama. Stay tuned.